It's KFI AM 640, and you're listening to The Conway Show on demand on the iHeartRadio app. KFI AM 640, it's Conway Show. Bad news in Philadelphia so far. The Phillies have scored 2 runs in the the bottom of the 9th inning. And now it's 4-3. Man on second for the Phillies. No outs. And it doesn't look good. It does not look good. You get that sinking feeling that they're going to come back 1-1. Dodgers won, Phillies won, and the Dodgers have got to pull this out. So they changed the pitchers. Trinan let up 2 runs on, I think, 3 hits. And so we'll keep you updated on that front. All right. And we got Burbank Airport. That sucks, right? All closed up there. We got another update for you here that came in moments ago. And it's now, 4-3. Dodgers still leading, but no outs with a man on second, bottom of the 9th. And you get that crazy feeling that this series might be tied up. And that would be a tremendous letdown if that happens, where Philly comes back with 3 or 4 runs in the 9th, either to tie it or to go ahead or to win it. And to get walked off is not good. So we'll keep you updated on that. All right, let's get back to Burbank Airport, find out when it's going to open. Lots of delays, lots of, some cancellations as well. And if you're going to Burbank Airport, this is information you are going to need to know. In Burbank Airport.
We took a look at the board just a few moments ago. Just about every flight into Burbank Airport and outgoing delayed by several hours. Several have been canceled, and the number that are being canceled seem to be going up. Now, there's some takeoffs and landings currently, but they're being directed by TRACON, that is the Terminal Radar Approach Control out of San Diego. They're responsible for the coordination of all towers in Southern California, LAX, Orange County, Ontario, the rest of them, but it's limited, and they are saying that they may not be able to get to all these flights. A number of planes still backed up on the tarmac. This happened around 4:15. We understand there was a sick out here at the air traffic control tower. The union is saying it's not necessarily because of the government shutdown, but let's face it here, it's not a surprise. These air traffic controllers are not being paid. They're already overworked and understaffed, according to the union. And we've also had in the past problems not with air traffic controllers so much, but TSA agents. As this federal government shutdown continued in 2018, more and more of them didn't show up to work, so it is a true problem. Sean Duffy, the Secretary of Transportation, actually sort of predicted this earlier today at a news conference in Washington.
We're tracking sick calls, sick leave, and have we had a slight tick up in sick calls? Yes. And then you'll see delays that come from that, right? Because again, our priority, I want to see your flight not be delayed. I don't want you canceled.
That's right.
But our priorities are safety. And so if we have additional sick calls, we will reduce the flow consistent with a rate that's safe for the American people.
Talked to some people. Oh, this is Gavin Newsom on X. He sent out a tweet saying, again, this is to the Republican Congress as well as the White House responsible for this as the federal government shuts down. We're well into the first week of this. Talked to some passengers here. They were somewhat confused as to what to anticipate. Even somebody who parks cars here, that is the valet, one of the valet agents came up to me and said they had been told not to park any more cars, that the airport was going to shut down soon. That hasn't happened. We're told that won't happen. But again, we're not going to have air traffic controllers in the tower until around 10 o'clock tonight.
What a mess.
And remember, this airport's not supposed to operate really after 11 o'clock. There's sort of a curfew.
So they're going to have to get all those planes out of there between 10 or 9:30, 10 o'clock, and 11. And so you might, if you live under or in the flight path of Burbank Airport, you're going to hear one after another, after another, after another. And you're going to be up. If you're an early bird, you're going to be a night owl tonight. You're going to be up and listen to the planes coming over your house, one after another. Boom, 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 boom. Because these planes have to get to the cities that they're going to because they need those planes in the morning. Those planes need to be at those cities in the morning for the morning rush. And so they might have some leeway, and they might allow some in Burbank to take off after 10 o'clock. But that's pretty rare. Pretty rare. But I'm sorry, 11 o'clock. At 11 o'clock, I think they have a hard shutdown at 11 because people do not like when you're trying to go to sleep and you get a 737 buzzing over your head. All right, let's get back to Conan Nolan out there with Channel 4.
Very much in fluid here at Hollywood Burbank Airport. If you have a flight tonight or tomorrow, we suggest you check ahead to make sure that plane is still going to be landing or taking off. Reporting live from Hollywood Burbank Airport, I'm Conan Nolan, NBC4 News. Back to you.
All right, it's a mess out there. It's a mess. If you do have a flight tonight or tomorrow, you have got to get to a phone or a computer and find out what's going on. Okay, that's L.A. news for us. That's Burbank Airport, still watching the Dodgers. Bottom of the ninth, 2 men on for Philly, 1 out. And the Dodgers desperately need a double play here, or else we're looking at a possible tie game. They need a strikeout, 2 strikeouts, or a double play to wind this game up. And if the Dodgers end up losing this game, that will be a real blow to their series here. Best of 5, so they only need 3 wins. The Dodgers beat Philadelphia on Saturday, and they were ahead in this game for, let me see. Oh, okay. All right, so now, I'll give you a Dodger update here. It's not bad, but it's not great. 2 outs, bottom of the 9th inning, 4-3, Dodgers. 2 outs, bottom of the 9th, 4-3, Dodgers. Man on first, man on third for Philadelphia. So Dodgers need a strikeout or a ground out or a pop fly. And if they get one of those 3, then they are going to win and be up 2-0. All right, they're going to change pitchers, and we're going to take a break. And then we come back. We will probably have maybe the result of this game. So you want to keep it here on KFI. We're still keeping an eye on Burbank Airport. And then the 2 shootings downtown L.A., one at 5th and Main and the other one at 4th and Spring. I say this a lot, man. L.A. throws a lot at you. A lot. All right, we're live on KFI AM 640. KFI AM 640 is Conway Show. We're keeping an eye on Burbank Airport. We have a word that at least 7 planes have left. Bellio told me that, so we're getting mixed messages from Burbank Airport. All right, Dodgers win. Tim Cates is with us. How you, bub?
Ding dong,
buddy,
Conway.
What a finish to that game.
Well, about 9 months ago, my doctor put me on blood pressure medication.
Okay, I got to get on that. Do you have any extra?
I took 2 of them today, knowing that this game was going to be pretty high strung. What a finish in the 9th inning. The Dodgers almost blew a 4-0 lead in this game in the 9th inning, and Roki Sasaki, the young phenom closer, comes in and gets it done.
Man, oh man, I saw the Freddie Freeman play at first. He digs a lot of those out, but for an average first baseman, that's maybe 50-50.
You're right. Maybe. That's something he practices every day, 4 hours before first pitch. Him and Dino Ebel, the third base coach, they just sit there along the third base line, and they just do drill after drill, just backhand, wow. forehand, just hundreds of times, every single day. And you know what? Freddie Freeman's only won 1 Gold Glove in his career.
Is that
That's
right?
It. None with the Dodgers. He won it back 1 year with the Atlanta Braves. This guy... The fact that he doesn't have a Gold Glove with the Dodgers the last 2-3 years, all those plays he has to make at first base because those bad throws, like that last one from Tommy Edman, it's a shame.
So Freddie Freeman practices, before a game, and then Max Muncy allows him to practice during the game.
That's right. That's really nice of these guys to make sure they continue that during the 9 innings. But Tommy Edman, the second baseman, gets the ground ball. It's kind of a weird hop to him. Plenty of time to throw out Trey Turner, and as soon as he threw it, he shot-putted the ball over to first.
It looked odd.
You can just tell the nerves, just freaked out.
Wow.
But it got there on a hop, and thank goodness Freddie Freeman 6'6", and is a great defensive player.
Now, you know this team better than I do. Is that flight home It'll be fun flight. They're up 2-0, but aren't there some nervous guys on the flight?
Well, Blake Trinan's sitting by himself somewhere, who almost gave it up. He came in to start the ninth, but I think they're overall happy they got out of there. I mean, if they would have lost this game, it would have been disastrous. Next 4.5 hours flying home.
I think if they lost this game, it would have been a real energy change in the series.
Yes, 100%. Because you got the fans that were starting to get back into it, and you saw that Phillies dugout starting to pound the walls. They were starting to feel it again, but the Dodgers squash it. You're up 2-0. You can reset at home on Wednesday with Yamamoto, your stud, going.
All right, so they fly back tonight.
Yes.
Off day tomorrow. Practice tomorrow at the stadium.
They'll work out tomorrow afternoon at the stadium, and then Game 3 is 6 o'clock on Wednesday.
I heard that the Phillies are having financial troubles, and they wanted to jump on the Dodgers flight. Is that true?
No, I heard they're all landing at Burbank. That's what I heard. I got to go on the air, Conway. I got post game. Let's go.
Thank you, buddy. I appreciate it. All right, Tim Cates over at 570 AM. Nice enough for him to come in and give us an update. Dodgers win. Dodgers win. They're up 2-0. I get an echo there. Sammy, can you hear them? 2-0. So that's great. That's great news. It is a horrible weekend in Philadelphia. Dodgers beat the Phillies on Saturday. Eagles lost on Sunday to Bellio's team.
Couldn't happen to a nicer fan base.
You're 100% right. I saw a game in Philadelphia, and I thought I was going to get killed. I watched a Rams game. I think it was 1987, 88, somewhere around there. I was in Philadelphia and happened to be there, and the Rams were in the playoffs. I'll buy a ticket. I bought a single ticket, went by myself. And, man, I didn't wear a Rams jersey. I wasn't like that stupid. But people just sort of knew that I wasn't, an Eagles fan. And
you could smell it out
you
on
could
you.
absolutely smell it.
Because you didn't stink.
There was a Ram stink on me then. As soon as I walked in, hey, that guy's a Ram. I'm like, hey, how'd you know? I mean, you're right, but how'd you know? So the Philadelphia lost to the Dodgers Saturday. Philadelphia Eagles lost at home to Denver, and they were undefeated. The Eagles were looking for an undefeated season. That's over. And even though it was a controversial play at the end, I'll give it to the Eagles fans that there was a pass interference there at the end that the refs missed. But still, they shouldn't have been that close to Denver. And then for the Dodgers to win this game, and there was a little hope for Philly in the ninth. That was squashed. And now the Phillies are down 2-0, coming back to Dodger Stadium for 2. That is a difficult hill to climb. Very difficult. All right, so the Dodgers win, and they're up 2-0. That is great news. Burbank Airport closed, but Bellio, tell me again, or tell the listeners again, what you're hearing. You got your ear on the runway there at
I sure
Burbank
do, Tim.
Airport.
I've got my ear on the runway.
Are you at the airport desk?
I'm at the airport desk right now reporting
right.
live.
What do you know?
What we know is we got a message from one of our fabulous listeners, if I could pull this up real quickly.
Sure.
And Les, who was dropping off a fuel tank, said that the last plane in a line of 7 left at 6 p.m.
Really?
So he says the last plane just took off.
Okay. So I don't know when. Those are probably sitting on the runway or on the tarmac for a while.
Yes.
And then they finally took off. Okay. So now there's going to be either delays or cancellations until they say 10 o'clock. And then that's when they're going to try to get a couple of warm bodies into the control tower and see if they can move some of these planes. Because these planes have to be at the airport they were going to go to by tomorrow morning to handle that rush hour traffic and that morning traffic, or else there'll be a domino effect. And it could continue for weeks, or as long as this shutdown, the government shutdown is going. If I were running the FAA, I would want to speak to every one of the guys or gals that called in sick at Burbank. I'd want to just have a small chat with them and their doctor to see how sick they actually were. So maybe we'll get some more of this. Who knows? Maybe there'll be more people calling in sick, and maybe not. Who knows? But, Bellio, we get paid around here. Are you on the same pay schedule as I am every other week?
Yes.
Okay. So we are currently working without getting paid because we're not paid daily. We don't get paid again until October 15th.
Technically, yeah.
Yeah. And we came in. How about that? But
what about you?
Yeah, that's right. All right. So this is great news. Dodgers win, and they beat the Phillies, and they're up 2-0. Coming back to Dodger Stadium. They're traveling tonight. Work out tomorrow at Dodger Stadium, and then play Wednesday. If they win Wednesday, it's over. If they lose Wednesday, then they play Thursday. If that game goes to Philadelphia as well, then it's back to Philadelphia for Game 5. So lots going on. Plus, there's some LeBron James news coming in. And it's the decisions of all decisions, October 7th at 9 a.m. our time. And what do you think that is, Bellio? You worked for the Lakers for quite some time. What do you think the LeBron's James decision is going to be? You think he's going to leave the Lakers?
I don't think so.
What do you think the decision is then? Because he says it's a major decision.
It's Amazon Prime Day.
Oh, it is. So he's going to buy a lot of crap off Amazon?
Or doesn't he?
No, he's sponsored. He like has Amazon Prime as a sponsor, and he did something similar a few years ago where he did some kind of promotion with them. And since Prime Day is coming up again sometime soon, I'm getting the feeling this is some kind of announcement for it.
For Prime Day.
I don't think he would do something like this where when the first time he did something like this, it was really polarizing.
It's going to be again.
Yeah.
Yeah, if he does. Because people are expecting a big decision on whether he's going to stay or leave the Lakers or whether he's going to retire or what he's going to do. And if it's just another Amazon, plug, people are going to be pissed.
I don't think so. I think they anticipate it.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, they know his years or his days on the court are numbered. So if he does make the announcement he's going to retire, nobody's going to be shocked by it. But at the same time, this is the kind of thing that you can see from him. He is very good with his branding.
Right. And also he's not going to retire on an Amazon day. He's not going to announce that and take the attention away from Amazon. So I predict you're right. He's not retiring, and he's going to promote Amazon. All right, Avelo Airlines, as predicted by us, Bellio, I think you were in on that. We predicted that they need to get Burbank passengers who are going back to Eureka or Yreka, California. They need to get them back to where they're going. And I'm looking at a live shot of Burbank Airport right now, and it looks like that Avelo airline is going to take off without air traffic controller or without anybody in the control tower. It looks like they're all set to take off. And let's find out where they're going. Let me look at, that is going to Redmond, California. All right, that flight, it looks like it's going to Redmond, California. No, that's not true. It's not going to Redmond. All right, the Avelo flight that's out there right now on the runway, I can't tell where it's going. But there are planes that are, at least that plane is leaving. Let me just find out where this is going. That flight is, what time is it? 6:30. Okay, so that flight is either going to Eureka. That's where it's going, Eureka, California. So it originally was supposed to depart at 5:52, and now it's sitting on the runway ready to roll. So if that was your flight, and you thought, all the flights are canceled because you got bad information from other news sources, you didn't get it from me. I told you there were still flights that were either on time, slightly delayed, and still taking off. So hopefully you didn't listen to some of the other news organizations that said every flight was delayed or every flight was canceled, because this flight is going to take off. And hopefully you're on it. Maybe you're on it and still listening to us. That's possible as well. All right, we're live on KFI AM 640. Dodgers win. Dodgers win.
You're listening to Tim Conway Jr. on demand from KFI AM 640.
KFI AM 640. Conway Show. All right, on the good news, the Dodgers won. Bad news, everything else. Everything else. Burbank Airport shut down, essentially. Some flights leaving, but not that many. And it's created a lot of headaches for people that are trying to get home. People are commuting on a daily basis, and they're not going to be home with their family tonight because the air traffic controllers called in sick or walked out. So there you go. Ding dong. Former LA deputy mayor sentenced to a hoax bomb threat at City Hall. You may remember this. Brian K. Williams was placed under 1-year probation and was ordered to perform 50 hours of community service and pay a $5,000 fine. It happened some time ago. He admitted a plea into a plea agreement with federal prosecutors that he falsely reported a threat in October of 2024 that caused a brief evacuation. He's also ordered to pay $5,000. Williams, he's 61 years old. You think it's a little old, a little long in the tooth to call in bomb squares. But he previously served as the public safety deputy for Mayor Karen Bass, acting as a coordinator, a liaison and coordinator with law enforcement. There's the right guy you need. According to prosecutors, William used Google Voice app to make a call into the city-issued cell phones on the afternoon of October 3rd, 2024, and told LAPD that a person who'd called him threatened to place a bomb in City Hall. And it was in support of Israel. And so the defendant called in the threat while at work at City Hall after he became overwhelmed with stress and anxiety and desperate to get out of going to a meeting. And so he called in a bomb threat. And he's now paying for it. He was placed on 1-year probation, pretty light sentence for calling in a bomb threat that evacuated a building. 50 hours in community service, $5,000 fine, and 1-year probation. Doesn't say whether he's lost his job. I think he did. I don't know if you can be the liaison and the coordinator with law enforcement when you're calling in bomb threats. But there you go. That's your City Hall. That's your City Hall. All right, let's get into some Orange County news while we still figure out whether Burbank Airport is going to open or not. Big, huge sinkhole in Orange County. The crews are still working on it.
Monday, the big sinkhole at Meats Avenue and Santiago Boulevard in Orange was still being worked on. The hole was created Saturday when a water main broke beneath it. Local residents first noticed it when their water pressure disappeared.
This Saturday morning, once you want to brush your teeth or use the water, there's basically little dots.
Wait a minute. This leads me to believe that this is a once-a-week thing?
This Saturday morning, once you want to brush your teeth or use the water, there's...
I would think that the teeth brushing is a morning event, not just a Saturday event.
Basically little dots of water coming out, so we were figuring out what the problem is. There's no water in the house, so we assumed maybe they shut it off or something.
They didn't. Well, they did eventually, yeah, but a water main broke.
Last month, another water main break on a residential street in Fullerton damaged a home. In that case, city officials said Fullerton has been facing challenges keeping up with the rising costs of replacing its aging water lines and was even considering a water rate hike to address the problems.
They'll take care of it. Fullerton, Orange County, they get on it. It's not going to be LA where, there's a water main break every day.
But back in Orange, a city spokesperson said they are not facing a similar crisis. While they don't yet know the cause of this water main break, the spokesperson says Orange regularly replaces aging lines. As for this repair, Juana Martinez says her water is now back to normal. Now she's just waiting for traffic to return to normal, too.
It's been such a hassle because all the schools are here. So in the morning, there was even the police was here with people being so chaotic driving around here. It's very frustrating.
City officials say they expect this road work here to be done by Thursday, and hopefully then things will be back to normal. Reporting here in Orange, I'm Chip Yost, KTLA 5 News.
Mr. Chips out there reporting from Orange County. All right, we got to take a break here. Dodgers win. They won 4-3 in Philadelphia. They're up 2-0 in the best of 5 game series. And that's a big deal. That's a big deal for the Dodgers and for us here at KFI. Our sister station is 570 AM. And man, do these guys get excited when that Dodger game's on. Woo-wee. It's a fun place to be, to watch the Dodgers right next to the Dodger station, watch everyone go nuts. I enjoy that. All right, we're live on KFI AM 640. KFI AM 640, it's Conway Show. We're keeping an eye on Burbank Airport. We'll give you updates all evening long. The air traffic controllers have left the building, called us either a sick out or they're tired of working for no money, so they split. And now thousands of people are inconvenienced. So, attaboy. Way to go. Mount Everest, snowstorm, trapped hundreds, maybe 1,000 people are trapped at Mount Everest. This could be a tremendous, tremendous disaster.
Usually this time of year around Everest, it's relatively calm and clear. But for these guys, this unexpected blizzard happened, trapping hundreds of them. 350 have been rescued, 200 still trapped. But authorities have made contact. So we do know that there is an effort underway. This is in Tibet, which is controlled by, obviously, Chinese authorities. So we're not sure exactly the information trickling out. But we know, according to our producer who helped us make contact with this mountaineer called Chen Shuang. Now, she was at the location at the time, and she told us, she wanted to explore and film more of the mountains, so she joined this trekking tour group around this holiday, which is a very special one-week holiday in China called Golden Week. So at this particular time, there were many domestic tourists that had flocked to climb Everest and see these breathtaking views, So Chen, she became one of the members who was trapped by the blizzard. She did get off the mountain safely, but she told ABC News that, the heavy snowstorm, it started on the night of October 4th. She said the snow was so heavy that the thunder and lightning made it terrifying, she said. She said on the morning of the 5th, the snow was more than 3 feet deep.
Wow, how about that? You're climbing Mount Everest and you're buried under 3 feet of snow.
The snow was more than 3 feet deep, already up to her thighs, she said. She barely slept for the whole night.
How about having a show on a talk about global warming with these cats? I bet there was very little of that in the tents.
She was terribly worried. We know that the local government, it has organized a rescue team of police and villagers with yaks to go into the mountain to help those tracked trekkers. But, Chen was extremely grateful. She was very lucky. She said she arrived to the nearby town safely, where she was greeted by the local villagers with warm milk, tea and food. But certainly for the other families of those trekkers who are still stuck, there's an anxious wait right now.
Oh, that's going to be a big story. That could have been a huge disaster. All right, Mark Sanchez, who was supposed to be calling the Indianapolis Colts game yesterday. And on Saturday, mischief happened. He was allegedly drinking at a bar and got into a fight with a guy delivering cooking oil or, collecting cooking oil. And he got stabbed. The guy with the cooking oil got stabbed. Everyone was stabbed in this fight. And Mark Sanchez is looking at a felony charge here.
Former USC and NFL quarterback and current Fox Sports analyst Mark Sanchez is now facing a felony charge and a lawsuit following an altercation over the weekend in Indianapolis. This is new video from TMZ Sports showing the aftermath of that incident. It took place early Saturday morning. Police say an argument over a parked vehicle escalated when a fight broke out between Sanchez and a truck driver. The 69-year-old claims Sanchez appeared intoxicated and smelled of alcohol when he allegedly attacked him inside of a box truck. He says he thought Sanchez was going to kill him. He tried pepper spraying Sanchez, but when Sanchez allegedly kept advancing toward him, he stabbed Sanchez several times. Both men were hospitalized for their injuries. Sanchez was arrested after his release from the hospital. He tells police he doesn't remember who stabbed him or where it happened. Earlier today, prosecutors upgraded a misdemeanor battery charge against him to a level 5 felony, which is a more serious charge due to the severity of the victim's injuries. According to online court records, he posted a cash bond of $300 yesterday.
That's it? The cash bond when you stab somebody in Indianapolis is $300?
Bond of $300 yesterday. Wow. If convicted, Sanchez faces 6 years in prison.
6 years in prison, and you get out for $300 cash.
He's due in court tomorrow morning. And meantime, the victim has filed a lawsuit against Sanchez for assault and battery, as well as Fox for negligent hiring, retention, and supervision.
Oh, well, that one's going to be tough to win. Right. You're going to sue his employer for something he did? Well, good luck with that. But, man, that lawsuit came in quickly. That just happened Saturday night, and all of a sudden there's a major lawsuit. All right, the big story is Burbank Airport. Very quiet. If you live in the path of Burbank Airport and you hate those planes crawling over your house every night, it's going to be a nice night to watch TV. Maybe watch the Monday Night Football and maybe a replay of the Dodger game. And it's going to be really quiet tonight near Burbank Airport. All shut down. All right, we're live. Mo Kelly next, right here on KFI AM 640 with his whole crew. And Dodgers win. That's the big story tonight. Dodgers win. It's Conway Show on KFI AM 640. Conway Show on demand on the iHeartRadio app. Now, you can always hear us live on KFI AM 640, 4 to 7 p.m. Monday through Friday, and anytime on demand on the iHeartRadio app.